Hello awesome people, what is going on? It is Branchition here and welcome to an awesome game called Rebel Galaxy. So this game isn't out yet, it will be coming out hopefully in the next 2 weeks or so, at least I'm guessing. I haven't really got an official release date, but the game will be coming out for $20 on Steam when it does come out. Now, I've had the lucky chance of playing this game for a few hours now, before actually having to record the video, just so I get a feel for the game and everything, and I did stream it yesterday for those few hours, and from what I played of the game so far, I've very much enjoyed my time with it. Now, in today's video, I'll be covering the basics, mostly around combat focus. I won't be doing much of the story mission, even though that's a lot of where the dialogue mostly is, so we'll be avoiding that, sadly. But I'm considering doing a series on this game on my channel. If you guys want to see this game, let me know towards the end of the video. That way you guys have seen what this game has to offer, and then that way you guys can decide whether or not you guys want to see a series of this on my channel. So what is Rebel Galaxy? Well, Rebel Galaxy is a space exploration adventure game where you play as an outlaw, which I'm not even too sure what his main name is. I know what his aunt's name is, which is the whole reason why we're here, because at the start of the game we're given a message from our aunt, who we haven't really had too much contact with over the past few years, and she basically told us to come out to this galaxy. We need to meet her here ASAP, and she has something for us. Now, as we arrive here, we don't exactly meet her. She's not here, she's not anywhere to be found, but she left behind a ship and an artifact. Now, the ship that she left behind is a really old one called the Rasputin, which is currently what I'm piloting right now. Now, you can upgrade your ships later on, and I'll get to that in a moment, as we're flying towards a station right now, where I can actually show you guys the upgrading and everything. So here we are coming up on the station right now. And that's what the story kind of evolves around. That's finding our aunt in this galaxy, which is kind of full mostly of bandits and pirates and all that of that nature. So let me stop in here at Robin Hood Station, and what we'll do is we'll dock and we'll well, show you guys the market, show you guys what you can do initially in here and the other ships that you can upgrade to in the future, because I'm sure a lot of you guys are interested in whether or not, or how the other ships look. Now, note that I'm only in one system within this galaxy. There's a whole bunch of different sectors you can go to, but I'm currently in the starting one, which apparently has quite a few hours of playtime in it, and I'm actually restricted to the first starting system, just because I'm on a review build copy, basically, until the game actually releases, and I'll have access to the rest of the game. Now, when you dock into a station, this is your main interface, much like Star Citizen and whatnot, and I'm going to be relating this a lot to quite a few games, mostly Star Citizen, Assassin's Creed, and definitely Firefly, because if you can hear the music in the background, and just the story, and just the setting, the feel of this game, makes me feel Firefly. I don't know why, I think mostly just the music, but it just definitely has a Firefly feel to it. Now anyway, once you're docked into a station, you have a few options here. You can upgrade your ship through the equipment bay, or refill ammunition if you need to. You have the shipyard where you can buy different ships if you so desire. You have the commodities market if you're one for trading, because you can specialize in different areas in this game. You can be one who focuses on combat, one who focuses on mining, exploration, again, trading if you wanted to, bounty hunting, and so on. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do in this game, and I'm going to show you mostly the combat, because combat is something that really interests me in this game, because it's done a little differently than you would expect for a space-type game. Yeah, and then you have the mission board, the bar that you can visit, and obviously leave the station. So if I go to the equipment bay, you guys can see the interface here. You can control it with keyboard and mouse, and this does have controller support as well for those of you who prefer to play with controllers. I personally don't. I like keyboard and mouse, so that suits me perfectly fine. So under weapons here, you can see all the different areas of weaponry that you have in your ship. Ordnances is something I don't think I have. Broadsides are your main weaponry, and I'll get to them in a moment once we leave here. And then you have your secondaries, your alpha turret, and your beta turrets, which have AI, and even the little diamond kind of indicates where exactly they are on the ship. So, I've set up my ship in such a way. This is after, again, about 5 hours or so of game time. I'm not exactly too powerful, but I have upgraded a lot of things on my ship to suit my combat needs. Now, I've upgraded the shields, I've upgraded some of the armor, mostly around from, say we start at tier 1, that's where you begin the game. Everything is really low, everything is really scrappy. Basically, I'd say I'm around tier 2 and tier 3 of the weaponry. Just a slight upgrade, but nothing too special, but nothing too high up either. So the way I've set up my loadout right now is I have something called a Shield Buster, which is a missile launcher that does cost ammunition instead of energy, so it doesn't exactly overheat. But this basically knocks out anyone's shields, depending on the side of the ship it hits. Now, once it's done, I have my particle laser beam, which is great at cutting through hull, but not so much against shields. So you guys can see where these can play a significant role in combat. And these are also AI controlled, but you can control them manually, and you can tell them how to target a ship, which again I'll get to in just a moment. And then I have my flat cannons for getting rid of incoming missiles for the most part. They do seem to be rather effective. And then you have my broadsides, which again, I'll get to once we leave here. They're just normal broadside cannons. I haven't really focused too much on upgrading them. You then have your defenses, which you have your hull, your shield, and your deflector. Now, these are two different things. Deflectors are something that's basically a temporary damage reduction type thing. Basically, it overloads all your shields for a few seconds as such, but once you've taken up enough damage and absorbed enough damage, the shield then depletes, or your deflector shield depletes, whilst you still have your shields to regenerate underneath of that. And obviously you know what hull is, that's something I don't really need to explain. Then you have components, which you can upgrade all these different things. So you have your engines, your boosters, your warp drive, which is kind of like super cruising from Elite Dangerous. I'll show you guys that in a second as well. That's really cool. Then you have your cargo hold. Again, if you want to focus on trading, you can upgrade that. Tractor beam for drawing in items. You need this if you want to draw in items. And then you have your jump drive, which is to get to different sectors, which I haven't bought yet, obviously because I can't travel to them just yet. And then you have your software, which you can buy a whole bunch of different things here. I have a booster augmentation, which is what somebody gave me early on as a reward, I guess. And then you have heat management, which is quite good, reducing the heat buildup for the energy-based weaponry. And then you have fault tracker. There's a whole bunch of other ones. Different stores sell different weaponry, so just keep that in mind that this is only what this store sells. And I think for the most part, the ships that are sold in the shipyard are determined mostly by the star system that we're in, because for the most part they all sell the same ships. Now I can buy this next ship, which is the Mastodon, which isn't something I'm too tempted on buying just yet. It is a light frigate as opposed to my Corvette, which is currently what I have. You guys can see all the stats on the right side of the screen there. So this one here is a lot bigger. It has 4 broadside ports on either side as opposed to the 3. It has 3 turrets as opposed to the 2 that I had before, and 2 secondary ports, and you guys can see how much that actually is an upgrade compared to what I currently have. Again, great upgrade, but not something I'm willing to upgrade to just yet. I'm hoping that when you do upgrade, you get to transfer your weapons over. I hope that's the thing. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know, because I haven't actually upgraded my ship. Upgraded as in I haven't bought up a different ship. And then you have this one here, which you can buy from the system as well, which is, by God, expensive, but man, is it amazing looking. So yes, you can buy different ships. Look at the broadside. It has 6 broadsides on each side, and 4 turrets, and this ship is amazing. Heavy hull class. I want this. This is the ship I would upgrade to if I was to upgrade my ship. Anyway, moving on out of here, let's show you guys the commodities market, because I do have a few things on me right now. And actually, the market skyrocketed for the space slaves, which is great. So, the market changes, and you guys can see the change on the right side of the screen there, basically showing where the market has been previously for this specific item. Now, until just recording then, it was mostly underneath the system average, but now it's actually gone quite above it. Now, it could still rise, but I don't want to risk that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sell what I currently have and make a decent profit, because I did buy these for cheap. So I'm going to definitely sell them and get myself 10k. That brings me up to 54, which is just great. Okay, so that being sold, and that might influence the market as well, I'm not too sure. But the best way you want to buy an item is when it's under the system average, when it's in the red. When it's in the red, that usually means it's quite cheap, and there's actually other ways you can tell if a place is going to sell something cheap, and we'll show you that on the system map in a moment here. But yeah, if something's cheap, like for example this is under half its price or half its normal value, that's great, but you then have to find a place that actually sells it above, buys it above the system average, which isn't necessarily too common. So that's it for the trading. It's simple but effective enough once you get the hang of it. And again, you have to actually find places to buy these for in a profit. But again, the market does change, so you have to keep an eye on that. So that's that from the market. If we go to the mission board, we already have a few missions which we're going to be doing in this episode, so we'll be focusing on them in just a moment. Then you have the bar, which you can visit and talk to all people. Now this actually does show you a little bit of the, I guess, interaction with some people, because it's very much like Mass Effect in a way, and I'll try and demonstrate that right now if I can.
Take a seat, friend. What's on your mind?
Okay, so when you're interacting with anyone in the world, at least anyone of significance, whether it be a bartender or a trader or somebody from a story or some pirates or bandits, something, you can talk to them in such ways and determine your responses adequately. So you can be a complete dick to some people. I've had options to tell people to basically fuck off. Maybe not in those words, but you get the idea. So I can ask this guy about a whole bunch of things in the galaxy. Do we know of any bounties, anything on the local market, and just any general information if you so desire. But for now, I'm just going to leave, and we'll just leave out of here. And you can see the news board and so on that basically talks the things happening in the system, or at least in this system, I'm guessing. Oh no, actually no, it talks about all the systems. Okay, I wasn't too sure about what was actually going on. But as you guys can see, like this news board here, talking about one place, demand for luxury items is high, which is great news for us if we actually had any luxury items on us. And you guys can see that, yeah, this is how these things work, which is really quite cool. But you can also hire a mercenary if you desire, but I don't really feel like having one, even though the mission we're going on might be a little bit more difficult than we've faced in the past. But that should be interesting anyway. So let us leave the market here. Let's leave this place, and let me show you guys the weaponry first, the missions that we'll be doing with the map and everything, and we'll be on our merry way. So depart from here. And here we go. So, this is the current system we're in. This is a beautiful system called Hades, which, again, is probably the backwater of the galaxy, but nonetheless, it is what it is. So, if we press Control, we can then go see the map here. So, if we have a look at the map, this is currently where we are, at Robin Hood. Now, we do have a whole place to explore. This is, by the way, this is the system on the map view. So, there's a whole bunch of different things going on, a whole bunch of different places to explore. You guys can see these little teeny dots here, which are places that I've actually found. Now, there are a whole bunch of different places that I haven't found on this map because I haven't actually explored everywhere. There's small little events going on as well, an invasion craft over here if you wanted to go check that out. There's a few enemy outposts which you can go to. I'm guessing if you assign yourself or if you align yourself with the pirates, because I'm guessing you can do that if you wanted to. You can, because there's different relationships you can have with different people. But I'm mostly going against these guys. So, but if I was to fall under them, or if I was to assign myself to them, I could probably go visit these places without so much being attacked, which is, I think, kind of cool. Now, again, there's a whole bunch of different places you go around here. If I go to the sector map with Shift, you guys can see that there's a whole bunch of different systems in the game that you can go to. These will be here on launch. Right now, I can't get to there because they've basically locked us off to Hades only, because there's a whole bunch of different, there's a whole bunch of hours content in here already. I don't think they want us to spoil the game, though, so we're kind of locked off to where we are. Now, that being said, one cool thing I love about the map is the ability to zoom in on places. So, for example, if I want to check out a place I've been to lately, I don't think it has updated information, though. I just wanted to say that. So, if I want to say, for example, to look at one of our starting cities. So, let's go over here to Rust City. So, if I scroll all the way in, you guys can see it starts loading in more and more details. But let's go all the way further in. Let's go all the way to the planet. Let's have a look at that. Then you guys can see the planets here, you guys can see the place that we've been to, which I didn't even know initially when I started playing this, that you could zoom in all this way. And so anything that you've seen previously will be marked out here as well, which I think is really cool. And even if I zoom in over, say, in one of these fields here, there might be a few asteroids, I don't know, I haven't actually been here. It might show some, just to, I guess, an estimate of what might be in here, but for the most part we can't really see too much in there, which is, you know, I still think it's pretty damn cool that we can zoom in all this way to investigate different places. And you have this place over here as well, with an asteroid field and everything. Again, really cool. Love the little detail. It didn't need to be there, but it is there nonetheless. So, let us go on our mission, which our mission is to come all the way down over here to do two missions that I've actually gotten, which happen to be in the same area. Primary one, which has a low risk, and one that has an average risk. And I'll show you guys them in a moment. We also have our main mission, our main story mission, which we won't do because, well, I don't want to spoil it for you guys. We're just going to leave it as it is. But let me go to our escape menu, and we can show you guys the settings, the tactical menu, and everything. Now, a lot of the settings in the game are done outside of the game. You don't have to worry about setting anything up, which is kind of cool because you can actually change the in-game's volume externally as well, which I think is really quite cool. But I'll show you guys this here. A few basic settings in here. Nothing too fancy because, again, everything is done out of the game. And you also have control mapping, which is a whole bunch of different controls, but I already know most of them, so for me this is fine. So that said, let's go over to our tactical menu, which speaks about our turrets that we have, our alpha and our alpha secondary turret, which is basically the alpha and beta turrets. I don't know why it's called alpha turret 2. but these work in a specific way. Now, I've assigned these the parts, the things that I have, so that they don't go too crazy, because the shield buster turret has limited ammunition. I have 20 of them. At least, I don't know if I can upgrade that, but I have 20 to begin with. Now, I don't want this to fire at anything that I'm looking at, because just looking at something counts as it being targeted. Now, if I lock onto it with the Z key, that counts as it being locked on. So this only fires when I've locked onto a target. This only fires when I want it to. This here fires at anything I'm focusing on, just by looking at it. So, if I wanted to, I can lock on, and then stare at a target, and then those two should fire simultaneously, or at least around the same time to be effective enough, instead of just these firing crazy. Because again, you can go to targeted only, which is what the other one was. You've got any craft, which just means it just fires like crazy. You got manual only, which means you have to control it yourself. Turrets only, if you wanted to target only turrets on vessels. Capital ships only, if you wanted to only fire at big things, and then fighters, and so on. So you got a nice customization for the AI. But again, you can control these manually if you so desired. Didn't mean to close out of that. If we go to the ship here, you guys can see what we have installed and everything like that. I don't think I can change out any of the weapons that we have in here. Maybe we can. No, we can't. We can just see what we have. So I've already got a few things here just saved up, just in case they're necessary, but I don't think they are, so I'm not really going to worry about it. I just keep them here, like a mining laser if I ever want to do mining. You guys can see the mission logs that we currently got. This is the one mission that we've decided to take. It should be a low risk. That shouldn't be too difficult for me to demonstrate for you guys. So yeah, that's it for that. And on the screen here, this is my command menu. I can also pulse, which allows me to scan for anything nearby. Any enemies will come up on the scan. This definitely has a decent range on it as well. I think it's 100 SMs. I'm not too sure what SMs means. Maybe square miles, I don't know. Basically, now let me explain to you guys the movement and the weaponry. So your movement is very much like Assassin's Creed Black Flag when it comes to the naval combat, or at least the naval area of the game. So at the top right, you'll notice that we have a big bar and 4 smaller bars, as well as the commands that we can use for our ship. So the 4 smaller bars are actually our speed, so we can go in 25% increments, stop completely, and you go up again to 100%, which again is obviously fast. You then have your boost as well that can grant you extra speed by holding down the W key. Now this again, because I have a certain specific engine that focuses mostly on acceleration, we don't have a great top speed. But that's good for, again, getting you out of places, because this specific engine, again, is short bursts, but great acceleration. Now, again, we can slow down here, and I'll show you guys the weaponry. So you'll notice on the bottom right there, we have quite a few different options. Now, currently equipped is the broadside, which is the main thing you'll probably be using in combat, which is the tanks you see on the back there, the big red and black and white tanks. Now, to fire these, you have to rotate your camera to the certain side that you want to fire it from. So if I right-click right now, you guys will see the broadsides are charging up, and they would if my mouse wasn't messing with me. And then you can charge it up, and then you fire it like such. Now, you don't have to charge it up to fire it. You can just click, or you can even slightly charge it and fire it like that. What charging up does basically means that they fire simultaneously, and they're more focused. So they're not going to be so much scattered. So you can aim quite easily with this like such. They still have a spread, but it's not as much as just doing it like that, which is definitely kind of all over the place. That's good if someone's close towards you, and you don't really care about aiming. You can also fire both at the same time, just by clicking like this when you're not exactly aiming, and you can, again, aim this one, fire it like such. Now, you can also control your turrets. I have my shield buster, which is the one underneath here, and I can, again, aim down and aim it like that. Again, this is a gigantic turret, so I don't normally control that one. That one's specifically for certain targets that I want to fire upon. But we do have my particle laser, which is the one on top here, that I can control like such. You can lock it onto any target by looking at it and pressing the lock-on key, or just by hovering this little crosshair over on it, it will lock onto it, for the most part, kind of like an aim assist of sorts. But I can just fire it like such, which looks pretty damn cool, if, you know, to say so for the least. But yeah, so that's it for my basic weaponry. We also have our flat cannons, which are just these things here that are mostly used for defensive reasons, to get rid of missiles and such. And then we have our deflector shield, which is this thing here, which I can hold on if I want until it depletes down the bottom left there. Now, speaking of the bottom left, we have a minimap, obviously, kind of like a radar of sorts, and then on the outside of that radar, you have what is your ship's status in terms of its hull and its shields. The shields are the blue things, and the hull is the white lines. Basically, once you lose your shields, you'll start losing hull, and once you lose hull, you're prone to taking some serious internal damage. Now, your shields do regenerate, and the way it's laid out is basically you have directional shields and a hull, obviously. So you could be taking a ton of fire on the left side, but that only means that your left side shields will go down. Your right side, your forward, and your back side shields will still be fine for the most part. So you can rotate yourself around to defend that area that is currently taking damage, and let that shield then regenerate, so you should be a little bit safer. At least that's for the most part how it actually works out, which is quite nice. So there's definitely directional damage, which I think is a rather nice system. The enemies also have this. But let me begin accelerating here, and we'll show you guys a few other things as well. So let me go back to controlling my broadsides here. So that's it basically for the combat, which I'll be showing you guys in a second anyway, but I thought I'd just give you guys a quick demonstration of how that works for the most part. Now, we do also have sublight speed, which is currently what we're traveling at. That's why my speed bars are now in a golden color. This is basically once you're outside of a stellar mass, or not exactly close to a stellar mass, you're able to exceed normal speeds and go to like a sublight speed, which is quite fast, all things considered. Definitely a lot faster than what you'd be able to achieve when you're within, say, a body of a planet, or within a station, or within near a station and whatnot. That actually does slow you down quite considerably. Now, this isn't our fastest speed. We also have warp drive, which is probably by far the coolest thing I've seen in this game yet. At least I think the jump drives might be pretty damn cool, but for now we just have to stick with the warp drive. So to engage warp drive, I just have to hold down the E key, and I'll show you guys that by, let's just say, let's look at this beautiful planet here. Let's hold down the E key, and our warp drive is now engaging, and vamos. That is so cool. So yes, you go at really high speeds, which is so damn cool, and you can drop out at any time you want. So for example, if say a distress beacon was to pop up, I can drop out there. I can drop out anywhere, really. Again, I don't have to drop out at any specific place, and I can redirect myself in any direction I desire, though turning is a little bit more difficult, as you might imagine. But for example, say I want to check out this mining field here, and drop out, and here I am. Well, it's not exactly an asteroid field, so it's a junk field, but still, drop out here, and this is exploration as well. So I've gained a few credits from just going around here. So yeah, that's cool. So now I can explore here if I want. I can scan for anything. I don't think there's going to be anything here, but apparently we detected a bounty on a target who happens to be in that direction over there, a little too far away. So again, the pulse does have really good range as well. I think it's anywhere around about, I think it's 100 meters or so, or 100 SM, sorry, not 100 meters. But, yeah, ignoring him for now, because he's a little too far away, and we're not really going to worry about him. And you see how far we've already traveled within those few seconds or so, which is just amazing. So, let's hope this combat situation isn't going to go too badly for us. We're going to head over in this direction here, not too far away, but let's engage our warp drive, and we'll just see this field go away. So, goodbye, field. Bye-bye. See, that is what's cool. I love this. So there's no loading times at all, for the most part. At least I've never noticed any. I think there might be loading times when you go towards different sectors, but again, I can't be too sure. For the most part, everything is seamless. It runs smoothly. It's definitely always over 60 for me, even on the highest of high settings, which is great. And let's actually drop out in this thing. I think this isn't anywhere where we need to go, but there's the militia that we can see. Hi, militia. We can even contact these guys if we wanted to. If I go hail, we can actually talk to them.
Militia vessel? I hope you're not calling to ask for directions.
Nope. But this is a great opportunity to show you guys that you have different dialogue options. So if I want, I can be, oh, well, do you need a hand? Well, you know, that's just me being a nice guy. This area is dangerous. I could use your help. And they might escort or might follow me to a certain objective. I don't know. I've never done that option. And then you have, haha, suck it, you jackbooted freaks, which just is basically insulting them and basically asking you for a fight. But let's go, never mind. And we'll let them be on their way. So that's the militia vessels. Also, something I never showed you guys before is the scanning, which is really cool. So the scanner basically pauses the game momentarily and allows us to look around freely. Now what we can do is we can actually scan targets. So let's scan this thing. And you guys can see now I'm actually able to rotate my camera around the target, give it a a decent glance. Looks quite nice. And you guys can see that on the left side, sorry, on the right side there, it scans for different items. These are in order of how the scanner works. So the first thing it detects is the class, the faction, then the posture, then the bounty, and any cargo it may have. So again, scanning these guys don't really have anything good, and this is the frigate here, which is massive, and they have military hardware on them. I guess that's to be expected. But yeah, so it's quite cool the fact that you can see all these stats here, which is really nice. But anyway, enough of that, and you can also lock onto targets here if you desire, but we'll leave them go for now. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to go through this storm up ahead, because this looks really cool. I've never actually been through one of these before, though I could imagine it being awfully dangerous. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to speed up a little bit here to give myself a little boost, and we'll drop out really quite close to it. And here we are. This is the Zeus Prime Belt. This looks cool as hell. I'm not going to collide with anything, be quiet. So yeah, this place is all stormy. I like it. It's really cool. I don't know if the lightning will actually be able to hit us. I'm guessing maybe that's a Yep, it's able to hit us. Let's get out of here. Okay, I don't want to take too much damage before getting into a fight, so we'll have to try our best to get out of here without getting hurt too much. But again, that's a cool thing, I think. I like that. I mean, I don't like the fact that we're taking damage from it, but I guess that's to be expected when you're flying to a field that has a storm going on. Anyway, that looks pretty damn cool. But you can also do mining as well. So if I pulse, probably, yeah, so you detected resources. There's plenty of resources in there if you were to do any mining. But again, that's not really for me, so I'm just going to leave that be and focus on my bounty hunting, which is not what we're doing right now, but at least we get to kill some bad pirates. So let's continue jumping all the way over to our primary mission. Whoa. That is so cool. I'm in love with how seamless this game is. Just doing anything in this galaxy is just instantaneous. It's amazing. So we're flying through a quick field here. It shouldn't take us too long to get through. There we go. And we should be coming to our objective in a quick little moment here. And hello. And now we've discovered another area, so we are getting more credits for the areas that we explore. Now this guy needs defending, as far as I know. So where are the bad guys? Let's pulse out here and see if there's any bad guys. Enemy craft inbound. There they are. They're all over there. So let's take out these guys before they deal too much damage. So this is where combat comes into play. Let's charge up our broadsides. Oh, he already died because my lasers. Ha ha ha. Okay, we have more guys out here though, and actually there's more guys in every direction, so let's focus on defending these guys over here. Let's spin around, boost in here, and let's see if we can protect these miners. Basically, we don't want them to track them. That's the last thing we want them to do, so we focus on getting these guys' attention. Hey, fuck you, focus on me. And let's get this guy's attention as well. We can. There we go, and he is down. Okay, the mining guy is still alive for now. There's this guy here, a retaliator. Let's see if we can get him down. Now again, I'm not even using my shield buster. I don't feel it's necessary right now to utilize, so we're gonna be just fine for now. And my laser is just amazing at breaking through hull. So once you get through the shields, you're pretty much fine. Let's see if we can get this retaliator here. Let's use our lock-on. This is our shield buster here. You guys can see that should get rid of his shield for the most part. There we go. Shield completely gone, and our laser then breaks through like such. So let's try this again. Let's break through again, and come on, let's fire at this guy. And there we go. So again, our weapons are quite effective at taking out targets. Let's quickly get back here and take out this last retaliator, or at least a few of these retaliators. There's another bomber here. Shouldn't take too long to get rid of. There we go. Let's take out this guy over here. Okay, lock on. Make sure our weapons fire, and let's get rid of this guy like such. So close, and our laser does the job. Like such, almost, and I think that missile should be enough to kill him, I think. There we go. Okay, mission complete. That is how combat works, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you deal with pirates. So, that was kind of cool. And we also found some items here, apparently, as well. So, we can slow down like such by slowing down. We can also use S for a brake as well if we desire. But I mostly just slow down like that. And we can also hold down tractor beam to pick this up. And I think that guy's mining? Yeah, he is. Okay. So yeah, that was one encounter, and we got our credits for doing that, which I think worked out rather nicely for us. So what we're going to do now is we're going to move on to a different system or a different station, and we're going to investigate that. And that guy just blew up an asteroid because he was mining it. Because that's apparently how mining works. Let's actually go watch them for a little while here, because again, this is how mining works. You blow up an asteroid, get the resources from inside of it, and that's your mining job done. Some of these resources can be worth quite a fair amount depending on what it is that you actually mine. You can usually tell externally by just looking at the asteroid whether or not it contains anything worthwhile, but I'm not really too interested in mining, so we're just going to head out of here and we'll be fine for now. So there's a few enemies over here actually, not too far away. Let's see if we can deal with these guys, shall we? Let's go. So we'll take out a few of these guys if we can, and then we'll be on our merry way to another station to see if there's any other missions we can take, and maybe places where we can sell our resources too. So, who do we have over here? We'll use our scanners in just a moment as well, just to see. Oh, there's a command ship. I can't deal with command ships, so if I go to my scanner real quick, you guys can see the command ship in just a second here. So, this here is a command ship. These are gigantic. These are, again, way too powerful. I can't deal with these. These guys are just way too much for me right now. So I'm going to leave this guy be. I mean, basically, the ship I showed you guys before in the shipyard, the largest one, this might be able to fight this, but not my current ship. No way would I be able to deal any damage to that guy. And yeah, he has a few corvettes alongside him as well, which, again, nothing I'm too interested in fighting because, well, I don't want to die. So let's get our merry way out of there, shall we? Oh god. Incoming hail.
Well, well, look what we have here. Juicy pickings.
Okay, so I can say we're on the same side. I don't know why we'd say that, considering I already have a negative reputation with these guys. Hold your fire, I'm sure we can work something out, and that involves me dropping some of my cargo. Or you tangle with the wrong ship, this isn't going to go well for you. What happens if I say this?
Sure, there's no talking out of this one, mate.
Okay, I'm not going to lose my cargo, so I'm definitely going to try and get out of here as fast as I can without hopefully confronting this guy. So then I'll see you in hell.
Like the coal cutter.
And you can see that my reputation with these guys has gotten even worse because I decided to insult him. So let's get out of here. Now once we get up enough speed, we should be able to head to sublight, or sorry, head to warp. But come on, let us warp. But I don't think they'll be able to catch up. There we go. Sublight engage, and now we should be able to engage our warp in just a moment here. There we go. Warp engaged. Let's get out of here ASAP. Interesting encounter, to say the least. So now that we're in warp, let's check our map and see where exactly we can go. And something really cool happens as well when we're doing this. So we have a invasion craft. That's one of the missions that go on. You also have convoys here as well that you can go investigate if you desire. But I'm not really one for any of these. So what we'll do is we'll go to one more of the other stations here. This is having a mining rush. That wouldn't be too bad of a place to go to, and we've actually never been to this place, so let's go to this place and we'll just investigate it for the most part. The mission advice hopefully should involve us flying past the sun, which does look really cool. So let's get out of here and look how cool this looks. Ready? Isn't that cool? Sorry, just the fact that the map zooms all the way, out from the galaxy to where we are. It's just, I don't know, I like that. That is cool to me. But yeah, so now we're making our way towards the station at warp speed, and things shouldn't be too bad. So again, would you guys want to see a series of this on my channel? I'm not too sure what type of role I'll play. I might just be the bounty hunter like I'm doing in this. We'll obviously start the game from the start, but I think for the most part in that series we'll be focused more so on the story, as where this here is just me kind of dicking around. I really haven't done much of the story at all, even though I probably should be doing it, but I didn't want to show you guys any spoilers, so I just decided to explore, dick around, do a few missions on the side, and let you guys see the game for those sides of things, which again, there's tons of content in here. I mean, again, I spent 5 hours in this game, and I've done not much at all, even in just this system. I haven't explored it all the way. I've only explored a few things here and there, and for the most part, I've enjoyed my time. I've had a hell of a time in this game. It's been absolutely amazing experience, and there's someone over there. Who is that? If I pulse, I can see it is a friendly. Okay, cool. But there's also a threat over there as well. That's behind us. I'm not going to worry about that. That's too far behind us to care about. But yeah, so let's be on our merry way again. we're almost near the sun as well, which is really quite cool. Now and I'm guessing you guys might have a few questions, so let's begin with, can you go to planets? No, you can't, at least as far as I know you can't. Getting close to a planet usually results in you getting damaged by the atmosphere, because these ships weren't made to go inside of an atmosphere. So for the most part, we are locked to space. Is the story worthwhile playing through? Hell yes it is. At least so far I've experienced it. With my experience in the story thus far, I've actually enjoyed it quite considerably. I've enjoyed, because basically the story is, and I've said this at the beginning, basically we're searching for someone, our family member here, who has apparently a reputation we never knew about. So having to find her, having to seek her and look for her is quite enjoyable. And the encounters that we have with the alien species in this world is quite nice, because they don't all speak English, so obviously there's subtitles, and actually if I go to the bar, this guy might not even speak English as far as I know. No, it's a normal bartender. Okay, I just thought maybe this guy might have a non-human bartender. But some places have robots, some places have aliens, it just really depends on where you are. But for the most part, this is something I'm not really going to worry about so much. So let us leave the bar here, and what we'll do is we'll purchase ordnances, because we need to basically refill our ammunition. And then you can... Do we have anything to sell here? Oh, robotics is worth a fair amount. We actually bought that quite cheaply, because there was one place that was having a technological boom, which meant these sold for... I think it was like 300 credits or so I'm kind of glad I had at least all of these here. So let's sell all these for 7,000 credits, as opposed to buying it for 500 each. That is an amazing amount of money. So you can also revert sale if you don't like what you've traded for, but for the most part, for me that is fine. I can even sell this, because this I didn't even really care about. Intellectual property, not something I care about either, but I can basically just sell it to clear out my inventory. And again, what you want to do is you want to buy cheap. As you can see, this has an exclamation mark next to it, because this is having a mining rush. This is currently what sells for cheap. So what I could actually do is I could buy these right now for their current value and take it all the way over to the place that's currently having its celebration right now, and because gold bars are worth quite a fair amount there, and actually we might do that. So we'll take these and we'll hand them in. So now I'm showing you guys more trading than I have been showing you guys before, which is just combat. And you guys can see this here is also on a very big low. So we can actually buy this and trade it for hopefully a fair amount at the other system. So let us buy these here. And again, we've spent quite a fair amount of money, but I think this might be a worthwhile trade, especially the place is still going through their celebration status. So let's go out of here. We're fine for now. I can actually show you guys the equipment bit, because I don't think I've actually shown you guys what type of things you can buy. Especially with like the broadsides. You've got pulse cannons, you've got tachyon cannons, you've got proton cannons. Proton cannons are ranged, tachyon are limited range but quite fast firing, and the pulse are basically an in-betweeny type thing. You also have your secondaries, which again I've used for flak. You can also have dumbfire missiles. You can also have heat-seeking missiles as well. And the alpha turrets, you have scatter turrets, which are like shotguns of sorts. The pulse turrets, which is just average. Flak, which is kind of more anti-air type things, but not very good against bigger ships. Quite good at close range as well. And then you have the swarm missiles, which again use ammunition of sorts. Shield buster, which is what I have on one of my other weapons, and the particle laser, which is what I have and what I really do like. And as you guys can see, it's not very good against shield, but it is quite good against hull. But that being said, that's it for the weaponry, at least in this place. And you got, upgraded other things here as well, if I wanted to upgrade to these, which I think is quite good. So, I mean, I should upgrade, but I'm fine with where I am right now. And you have the auto deflector as well, and again, other components here, which I can buy if I desire to. I've already upgraded my engines once. I can upgrade it more. I can actually probably upgrade a lot of my ship already, but I'm not going to worry about that again right now. I'm going to move on to selling my stuff at another station. So hopefully they're still going through their boom, and again, you can take missions from here if you desire it. I'm not really one for that right now. They got a few things going on, a few bounties. A lot of these usually are bounties, some are rescue missions like that, but usually involves you having to fight someone in some way. A lot of the trading is done externally, or through actually meeting traders and whatnot. So let us go to the other system right now. Let us go to the map here, and I don't think this place isn't going through their boom anymore, is it? I kind of messed that up. But we still should be able to sell it there for a decent amount of money anyways. What other places are going through different things? This is going through an arms race. This is going through a... What is this place going through? A normal status. Oh no, this place is going through an arms race. Okay. But we'll see if this place still has... still accepts stuff for a decent amount of money. So let's go here. And we'll quickly go check this out. At least now I had these things on me that I can sell for any place that really wants them. I mean, they're worth decent money as it is anyways. So let's get out of here, and we'll be on our merry way. In this direction is where we have to head. You guys can actually see the planet all the way over there. It's not too far away, actually. But still, it shouldn't take us too long to get there nonetheless. And I do love, again, just engaging warp and just seeing things disappear into the background. Like so. Goodbye. That's cool. I love that. And we're on our merry way over to our next station, which hopefully, again, should be able to buy what we have on us for a decent amount of money. They're on the other side of the planet here, so we'll just drop out on this side. Yeah, see, we're flying too close to the planet, and it's kind of forced us to drop out. But, oh, actually, we're getting a little too close, I think, for my liking here. So let's get out of that. Yeah, there's a little bit of, you guys can kind of see that little teeny lighter glow around the planet that I'm looking at. When you fly within that does tend to, or at least the closer you fly to the planet, the more likely you are to get hurt here. Let's exit sublight here. Let's stop and let us dock in real quick. Now, you can probably attack all these stations as well. That's something I haven't really focused too much on doing, and here these aren't really worth much at all. At least, not as much as I was hoping they would be worth. But, I mean, we're selling it still for more than what we bought it for, so we're still making a profit in that way, but we're not making as much as what we could have made when they were going through their boom before. But, again, if I sell all these right now, that's 11,000 credits. Again, more than what we bought it for, which is great. And we also have what is it? These to sell as well. So we sell these again. We're basically, we made a little bit of profit, not as much though. We could have made again a lot more, but we didn't. And there's a few other things here that could have been bought for more. Like, you guys can see that this here is worth quite a considerable amount, above its system average anyways. So if you did want to get in trading, these things are things you could sell for here for a decent amount of money. I mean, this here, look at that. That's so much more than what what its system average is, which is crazy. But still, that's basically just salt trading. But anyway, that's it for the majority of the game, I think. For now, I haven't really wanted to buy another ship. You know what? Fuck it, because I'm going to be starting a story game soon. This save won't last anymore. Let's buy another ship and see what happens, shall we? Let's buy the Mastodon. Mastodon? Yeah, the Mastodon. Let's buy this. Oh, that was easy enough, I guess. So I can trade in bonus if I want to make a lot of money off my hammerhead. Oh wait, no, sorry. That was my mistake. Sorry, I assumed trading bonus meant I can sell it for more credits. But there we go. So now we have a new ship, and I don't know what weapons this has. Does it have any of our weapons that we got before? Oh, it does. Cool. So it actually kept some of ours, and we have a gamma turret as well that we haven't actually utilized in any way. Is this on a specific side? No, it's underneath. Okay, that's cool. I don't mind that, and yeah, we can buy that if we decide. But let's go. Let's leave and let's see exactly what we've done here. And actually, it's still using the upgraded components, which is really nice. So at least they transfer over. So let's leave. And let's have a look at this ship from the outside. Oh, here we go. Oh, that's so cool. Let's speed up a little bit here and see how this goes. Oh, I ran into the station. That was my mistake. I accept that as a mistake. Okay, let's fly over this way. And let's have a look at this thing. This is cool. So you guys can see the broadsides of the big red tanks there as well. Unidentified signal. What is that over there? Let's go check that out, shall we? And again, let's actually look at my let's look at the weapons here. So, oh, that's so cool. let's see how warp looks in this thing. Here we go. Oh yeah. Oh, it's a few hijackers. Okay. Whoa. My AI is not doing what I wanted to do. I think it may have reset because I bought a new ship. Ah, here we go. Anycraft. Yes. You're going to be locked only. And you're going to be targeted. Perfect. Okay. That guy was easily not dealt with. And you have a few of these guys over here as well. Let's see if we can deal with these guys as fast as we can. I mean, we have a lot more shields and hull than we had previously, so we should be for the most part, fine if they didn't decide to run into the sides of me. Let's get this guy here. Okay. And this guy back here as well, if he's not fleeing. Ah, no, we missed. Okay. Let's, who else do we have? We have you. Let's deal with you real quick. Now, distress beacons can be done by enemies who, I guess, being deceitful in a way. So, you can come across distress beacons, which usually means that someone's being attacked in some way. But, it also means that there could be someone here who is actually getting attacked, or someone here who's being devious and just wants to draw in people who, you know, feel like helping other people. Basically, a trap of sorts. So this is a message transponder. You can actually hack these. And what you can do by hacking these is intercept people's transmissions. So if I hack like that, I've now intercepted a transmission which basically says, the drop is set, make the exchange at the coordinates near this void, watch out for trouble in the neighborhood, and transmission. So what this basically means is that someone has something somewhere that we can actually go and investigate if we wanted to. So that is, where exactly is that? That is, I'm trying to figure out, it's all the way over here. So we can go there if we want. Usually means that there's going to be quite a few guys there, but for now I'm going to leave this video here. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this for a little bit of a long look at this game. If this game tickles your fancy, you should pick it up. It's going to be $20 on Steam when it comes out. And honestly, I think it's worth every penny. This game is amazing, especially for such an open world game that even has a decent story as well. And as I was saying at the start of the video, there's a few relations I can draw in this game, and the first one is being Firefly. The setting, the music, and that atmosphere that this game has just makes me think of Firefly. Like, I'm an outlaw captain of my own ship. I can do whatever the fuck I want, basically. If I want to kick someone's ass, I can kick someone's ass. If I want to insult everyone on my way, I can insult everyone on my way. And that's just the things you can do in this game, and that's what I like. And the combat, for me, feels like Assassin's Creed Black Flag. It feels very much like that. The broadsides, the way you aim it, the way you charge it up, the way you have your other weapons and turrets that you can manually control, feels really nice, and the way you speed up and slow down as well is quite nice as well. So you got that relation going on there. As for the story and the choices you can make, it remind me a lot of Mass Effect, in the fact that you can be good or you can be bad, you can have certain alliances or disagreements with other people, and I guess the story kind of goes down to how you pick your choices, how you want to be in this world affects, I think, how the story will play out. And for the most part, the story's been quite good. I mean, I've uncovered a few things. I don't want to say too much about it because I don't want to spoil it for anyone who's actually interested in the story. So I will say that so far the story has been quite good. I haven't, again, experienced too much of it as I've been mostly focusing on doing secondary tasks. But that being said, hopefully you guys enjoyed this little look at Rebel Galaxy. The game, again, will be out in a few weeks' time. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Hope you guys, considered leaving a like on the video and subscribing if you want future content of this game or such on my channel. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Stay awesome, everyone.